Today we're going to be talking about why you can't change the past. If this interests you, stick around and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad you found me. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality and help you navigate your spiritual awakening. So if this interests you, hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. So before I get going, let's set a little foundation or a little background, okay? So the concept of time is a human construct. Time doesn't really exist on a universal divine sense. It certainly exists here on earth because that is the paradigm that is set up on earth. As humans, we operate under the dynamic of linear time, right? But on a universal sense, no one else, they don't operate on time, under time like we do, right? So you might often hear it said, if you're listening to videos on this topic and things like that, that like time doesn't really exist. All time is actually happening at the same time. And especially if you're new to a spiritual awakening and you're new to some of these concepts, it can be really hard to wrap your mind around that concept. So it might take you a minute, and that's okay. Take a minute, get your bearings. But time, what we see as like time, like a lifetime, 80 years of time, is really all happening right now. The best way to describe it is kind of like when they make cartoons. They actually draw out each frame. Like all of those frames exist at the same time on this film strip. They already all exist. They just flip through them in a quick way so that it looks like things are moving and going in order. Does that make sense? Or like if you have one of those books and on each page the figure is drawn just a little bit different, and when you flip through it, it looks like the thing's moving. Do you know what I'm talking about? So really that's what we're experiencing. Okay, we have this stack of images of life. This life is primarily already played out, right? All planned. Now, if we have free will and we can change things, this is what I was pondering. If we have free will and we can change things in the future, like even if I had originally in my life plan decided I wanted to accomplish XYZ, but right now I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. I just don't have it in me. I'm not interested in doing that. I would rather do this. You can do that because you have free will, right? So I was envisioning this stack of events, moments from life. And I'm like, I was talking to my guides and I'm like, so what do? You just like take that group, that stack of what you were gonna play out, like remove it and like insert a new stack? And they're like, yeah, that's exactly. So then I was like, well, if that's the case and you can just remove and replace, why can't we change the past? Why can't we change the past? Why can't we just go back in time and like, I really hate that it played out that way. I would like to see it a little bit different. Let's change that. And I don't like that I did that, or I don't like that I reacted that way. Like, let's go back and heal that and change it and like just remove that stack and put in a better one. And the answer that I got is because what is already up there on the stack that according to our human minds we have already experienced as time, we've already flipped through that part of the book. If there were other people involved, their free will has already agreed with you that that's the way it happened. That's the way you guys are going to see that it happened. And you're not allowed to go back against their free will and like change things because the agreement has already been made. Does that make sense? Anyways, it was just a little it makes complete sense to me, but that's the first time I had ever really thought of it. And it was kind of like a little light bulb moment that it was because other people's free will has already agreed that that is the way the record is written. And you cannot go impede on someone else's free will and change it. So I thought I would share that with you, that little epiphany, that little light bulb moment. We're always learning, always learning. Anybody who says they know it all, don't believe them. They probably know nothing. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps me so much. All right, I love you. Until next time.